Recently, while in Spain, I visited with renowned classical guitar maker José Romanillos and was able to spend an evening with him and his wife Marian at their home. I videoed our conversation, and in part 1 of my Evening with Romanillos video, I talked with José about how he got his start in lutherie. In part 2, I talked with him about his passion for the Spanish guitar and his dream of creating a cultural center for teaching the history, building, and restoration of this wonderful instrument. Once again, I hope you enjoy and appreciate the information that José is offering here. Let's talk a little bit about the guitar building course that you offer students. I know that you've offered it several years in the past, and then you went several years without doing it, and then this year I was fortunate enough to receive an invitation to come, which I thank you very much again for including me. It's been wonderful. Will you offer the course again?
Well, that is, I don't, we had to think it very seriously. I mean, let's put it that way, physically, I'm not what I used to be.
Right.
And it's a great effort to move all this away from our garage.
Yeah.
The fight we have here, which is we've been fighting, is to make a stable center dedicated to the Spanish guitar,
right,
where we could give courses during the year, not only on Spanish guitar maker, but it could be it could be lute making and that sort of thing, which is in a country like this, in this part of the world, which is no industry. It's not, so the revenue of the Sigüenza is very limited.
right.
And this, I know that we attract people here, and if we manage to help Herb, official Herb, to be backing us, it could be an asset to this country.
Yes, yes.
And will be also to spread what I call the gospel, of not only the Spanish guitar, but the whole 500 years of tradition and instrument making in here, particularly the vihuela and the guitar.
Right.
To me, is the guitar, the Spanish guitar is the most beautiful musical instrument I had a chance to listen. Because I mean, the violin, piano, and all that, but the guitar is the most human of the whole instrument, because it doesn't use any artifices or any sort of means to play, like the bow or the key or the the rib, or it's just actually natural, and the sound that it comes out of a good guitar, it really is, to me, very comforting,
Right.
And I think that people enjoy it, and this is what we're trying to do, to tell people that we've got a beautiful instrument, that it has stories, and it deserves a bit more respect, not only in studying the development of it, but also in relation to in comparison with the violin or other instruments.
Right.
Because you've been making guitars, the complexity of these,
Yes, sir.
and is the function in working out the wood, the sound of working on the wood, the touching them, the trying to get your mind and your soul put in there to try to extract from the woods the maximum potential.
Yes.
In terms of sound, I think it's pure poetry to me. And this is what and it's only, it's unlimited, because I'm sure myself and others, we always think the next instrument is going to be better.
Yes.
And that to me is an impetus that, and when you watch a work of art, Picasso, Velázquez, or whatever, great, magnificent, whatever, is nothing better than that. but they don't produce sound.
Right.
This little thing, the guitar, besides of being good looking and the lovely shape, and they had to produce a sound.
Right.
And when we talk about sound, we're talking about, in fact, metaphysical involvement, which is, and that is the beauty of it, you know, an instrument that produces a sound that we really, talking for myself, I don't really know where it comes from in the end. Mm-hmm. That touch of beauty that really draws the attention of the listener is. Yes. And the guitar, it has to have that, you know. So that's what it keeps me going. I'm still, I don't know, hoping that somebody finds a way to get one like 30 years backwards so I could have more time to do things. But anyway, I think it's a beautiful instrument. And
I agree.
And that really is the idea in a way the course has that function, to draw attention to such a beautiful instrument.
Yes.
What we're trying to do is that for the people who come to pick the essence, what we consider is the Spanish guitar.
Right.
And then each one of you, or at least they are given a small vision of what it could be done with simple wood, simple tools.
Right.
And we consider it, if I'm going to fight the maximum to see if we can find a place in Sigüenza.
Right. That would be wonderful.
If that was the case, if we had some Marian Sayeste, some of the guys who very famous, the guys with the guitar, help people to do this. If we could have somebody to, I mean, this is dreaming, but you never know. We need a foundation that could be created to.
Right.
It will be wonderful, not for Spain, for everybody interested in the guitar. Right. And we want to implicate the university también, and you know.
Right. Let's talk a little bit about the museum that you have established here in Sigüenza. You gave us a private tour to the students yesterday. Can you tell us a little bit about what you've done there and what you're trying to do with the museum?
Well, it's in a similar way to what we're doing with the course, is to draw attention to a part of the Spanish culture that is been just about neglected. Because if you think, you know, you a guitar maker, a musician, you know, the people who get the credit in the guitar world is the composer, the musician, right? It's properly well due to them. But the maker is a bit in the margin of the society. It's only the cases with me and others that, you know, out of thousands of guitar makers, they are fighting to produce instruments. Only perhaps half a dozen or a dozen that came into prominence. And the idea is to show that the instrument, it has to be made.
Right.
And that the beauty of the instrument is in the making, in the attitude and the knowledge of the wood you got to use and all that sort of thing. That is to make the guitar as an audience participant, and that is scale of values given to other musicians. And that is what Marian and I we've been doing. All the instruments apart from two that they are the instruments that we bought going around the world, because we knew that there will be a help to people that are interested. And what we did is I've been fighting for that for 25 years, to make a center of the Spanish guitar, first in Almería, then in Córdoba, then in Alicante, and then we came here. Right. So Sigüenza is the first place that they offer us a room to do it. Right. And what it is there is just to show the Spanish, or the people who can, part of their history that is hidden because nobody has put it into the public eye. And this is, I was the day that it was inaugurated, I was moved. I don't consider that I achieved any great things in my life, apart from being able to make guitars and bring the family in. But the moment that I saw that, Maria and yo were really, because that's what we wanted to do.
Right.
And what we wanted to make a center, which anybody who wants to come and study an instrument will be given a chance to analyze it, photography, restoration, and courses on restoration, courses in guitar making, polishing, you know, that sort of thing.
Right.
That's what we want to do.
Right. And you've got a very good start. I noticed when we were there yesterday, the Santos Hernandez tools, workbench are there on display. And if you come to the museum here in Sigüenza, you'll be able to see these things and how the instruments were actually made, the plantillas, all of this kind of stuff. There's a couple of Torres guitars, and very, very interesting historical documents and instruments that you've done a fantastic job.
Well, thank you. It's been a pleasure to us because, you know, as you probably know, we've written the dictionary on Spanish guitar makers. Well, that took Marian and I 27 years to organize it.
Wow.
But we went not only through Spain and other places looking for instrument information. And it might sound a little funny, but despite the work it was, Marian and I, we enjoyed it.
Right. It wasn't work.
It wasn't work, you know, and we spent weeks working in Seville or in Granada in archives and things, and it was just like a dream because, you know, you get into an archive and you think you're going to find the mystery of the universe, if you know, you're looking for that. And every time you find some information, we feel, you know, good. I mean, you forget all about the family and the guitars. You are just immense in that.
Right.
And I think that, well, I mean, it was wonderful, actually, that as well. So we enjoyed it. That's when they say, oh, you done this and that, I say, well, we enjoyed it.
Right. For those that can't come to Sigüenza to see the museum, there is a way for them to help support the museum.
Yes, yeah.
Can you explain to people that may see this?
Well, that obviously we not funds, that's it, and we need the implication of the establishment, such as the Spanish state or the local people, and we need also the need of the university because they are the focus of the discipline. But mainly we have received donations, and we have received donations of instruments, but we need to support, financial support to do it. And it could be, you know, made, what they call, I'm trying to see if we get enough money association to get pay two investigators to go to the archives in Toledo in particular, what is the center of the, well, vihuela de mano in the Spanish guitar, to dig up the archive because the great deal of information related to the whole Spain is built up when we call notary protocols.
Right.
And that we need somebody who really is make a grant like the American University that can give a student 4 or 5 years to go, and that's what we need. We need support. We need, and we need the authorities from other countries, you know, to give us a push to the Spanish to see if we can force, you know, something really.
Is there a website address or some place that people can make donations online?
Yes, we got one. It's a web. It's well, the 3 W's and the Romanillos
Romanillos.org.
Yeah.
So www.romanillos.org.
org. Yeah.
And people can make donations online.
Oh yeah, yeah.
A page for the association.
Right.
Yeah, this is the association is we have created Marian and Joe with this idea that is in fact this course that we made we're doing is to get funds to carry on with our dream. That's it. And I mean the personal we're not going to have any benefit. So whatever we get, we'll go to the association and then we'll put it to the members what we can do, we'll do it.
I urge people that feel moved and are seeing this video and want to help support to make a donation, no matter how big or how small. To help support what Jose and Marian are doing here.
Some part. This is non-profit organization, and so whatever we accept anything.
Sure.
You know.
And they can become members of the museum.
Oh yeah, yes. And besides, they could come to the concerts and that sort of thing.
Right. As you can tell, Jose and his wife Marian are very passionate about the contribution of Spanish luthiers and the wonderful instruments they produced. In part 3 of my evening with Romanillos, Jose will talk about the most well-known of those luthiers, Antonio Torres, and the book he has written about his life. He also will talk about the book he is currently writing, about his own construction methods developed over the last 50 years.